Hi everyone. So I'm excited to be able to use this flipped classroom technique as the vehicle for which I can share with you my NAIS experience from the conference a couple weeks ago. And I did some educational video research because I've never done one of these before. And I saw that the message was we need to really keep things simple. So that's going to be my goal. But first, I want to let you know how motivational these conferences are for me. They're definitely a way to network with others that are in parallel positions throughout the country, but they're also a way to see what's happening in the realm of education and in teaching students. I've had the opportunity to attend several of these conferences during my time on the board, and my hope is that you will all get to attend at least one of them during your tenure here. The next one is a good opportunity for us as it is being held in San Francisco, which is just a short flight from here. It's going to be held February 24th through February 26th, 2016. So mark your calendars. So back to simplicity. I want to communicate my two main takeaways from the conference to you. So I'm going to talk about two sessions that I attended. The first one is a general session, which featured a panel of current and past college presidents talking about what colleges are looking for in students today. And to me, it was refreshing to hear that they're really looking for kids who not only meet a certain academic mark, but also those kids who are self-aware and can be alone, or at least without their parents, without completely falling apart. One example that was referred to in this session was from a high school in California called the Athenian School. It's on Wikipedia and you can look it up. The school requires every junior to participate in a 3-week wilderness program in small groups. And 2 days, at least 2 days of those 3 weeks are spent alone in solitude. I am not sure that I can imagine sending my kids away for such a long period of time, but I do recognize the importance of achieving something significant and doing it in an independent manner. And to me, this self-awareness trait being sought after by colleges today is a refreshing break from the stories that I've heard countless times throughout the past decade about the pursuit of the perfect college application, producing oversubscribed kids who are burnt out or exhausted or potentially ripe for some chemical addiction in the process. Secondly, I think that the self-awareness trait dovetails nicely with our mission of a bilingual education where quite a bit of emphasis is on thinking and then acting as opposed to just doing. My second main takeaway is from a workshop that I attended on capital campaigns. I desperately wanted to go to this one given where we are in our state of history. In this workshop, I heard a trustee from a school in Washington, D.C. talk about her and her school's experience with their very first capital campaign. And what was interesting was the fact that the school had been very frugal for many years, and what this really meant was they delayed maintenance on their facility without anyone ever thinking that they might actually have to play catch up with this and that they would need a capital campaign at some point in the future to actually achieve success in their facilities. Their capital campaign actually took 8 years from start to finish, but they spent the first half of that time, so 4 years, developing a strategic plan and creating a master facilities plan. And from that work, they devised 5 goals. They wanted to, number 1, build a new high school. Number 2, renovate their current middle school and theater. Number 3, acquire and enhance an athletic field. Number 4, build an endowment. And number 5, add a new art wing. So once they had these 5 goals, they then committed to raise $10 million to accomplish them. They then took an additional 2.5 years in building up feasibility study with, they actually partnered with CCS. And then after that study, identifying cornerstone or leadership gifts as well as major gifts. So then they had a remaining time split, with 1 year being devoted to actually the public campaign and community outreach plan. That was the main part of their public campaign, and an additional 6 months required for donor recognition. And what I was struck with was the amount of planning lead time that this particular school required. Now, they had the luxury of time, and not every school does. And they did hit some hiccups along the way. In fact, their school's founder passed away right at the start of the capital campaign. But what was really driven home in this presentation was, no matter if your capital campaign is 8 years or 18 months, the critical element of careful planning and lead time to devote to that planning is really crucial. The trustee presenting the workshop summarized her 2 lessons learned as: number 1, it takes a lot longer than you think, and number 2, keep an open mind about what's going to resonate with your donors. So, my 2 takeaways: self-awareness for upcoming college applications is what a lot of colleges are looking for today. And number 2, on a capital campaign, it's going to take a lot longer than we think. Thanks for listening, and I hope this was useful to you. See you Wednesday evening at the board meeting. Bye.